By now, you already know the Roottrees are dead. I'm solving the mystery. If you missed the past couple episodes, go back, watch them. You're gonna be super lost without it. In fact, I might be a little lost without them because it's been a couple days since I've recorded. I did like 3 really close back to back, and now this 4th one. Who knows how I'm going to do today? We have some evidence that we need to take a look at from the previous episode. We spent the entire time, and I mean really the entire time, staring at Lauren Roottrees' A Life Between Wars. Both this copy and the newly released copy that has even more stuff in it. And I am positive we're going to have to go back through this at some point and look at even more. But there were some other photos that came out of that book that we need to take a look at. This being a really core one, because there's some other lads in here that we can probably get. So Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5Pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. I'm going to tell you, that is a completely different person than the Eli we have captured already, but we'll see. But I was outvoted by my brothers. Okay, yeah. They insisted the 4 of us stand together. That's probably these 4. So we clumped up in the middle, let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwyn. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also don't think it's fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge. So, I'm guessing this is probably Miracle. I need to think about this. So, Grandma insisted we include Sam. My guess is that's probably Sam in the back. This is Lauren for sure. And then this is Carl, because I mean he just looks like him. I think. I have no clue who you are. I have no clue who basically any of you are. So let's see. I want Eli to stand all the way on the left, because he kind of looks like Pop did in the old one. Let's take a look at the old one real quick. So the 5-pieces. That's probably this was Pop. So he had the tie, long eyebrows, vest. Okay, let's take a look at the new one. Long tie. This is definitely Eli. Okay. So let's make sure we do have Eli on the board somewhere. That's... Wait a minute. now I'm getting wrapped around. This is Eli. So that means that... Wait a minute. So you're not actually... Despite having Eli on there, you're not actually Eli. Who the hell are you? I don't know who you are. But this is definitely Eli. And then we'll go from there, I guess. But now I'm like really confused. Who's the kid in this? I'm getting tossed around. So if this is Miracle Jr., right? Because Miracle sunglasses plus the... I didn't think a fair Miracle made it in. So this is Miracle Jr. Let's get that in place. So this is the other Miracle, and then this is Miracle Jr. That seems logical to me. We know that Gwyn didn't make it into this photo. Do we know Lauren's siblings? So Samantha is one of the women in here. I'm guessing that's her in the back and not this one, because this is Lauren. We know that for sure, and we should probably put in her alternate photo. I mean, it looks just like her, so this is a very easy situation. Let's look at this one more time. Including Sam. I'd really love to get Sam locked in. And I suppose if I just put her in, there's a chance we would trigger correct stuff. The problem is we don't know their jobs, so they're not going to get locked in with that. We also still don't know who the final 5 pieces... Wait, we don't know who 2 of the final 5 pieces are, now that I think about it. So little messy, actually, a little messy. Do we have... We know all of this. Oh, yeah, that's right. WRTD radio. Yeah, we did take a note about that. Also, Aunt Gwendoline was another. So let's search WRTD news online. Try to get some stuff figured out here. So WRTD news online. Let's probably just search the WRTD news. Local investigative jazz radio station. Brilliant. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm listening to. During their news segment at 45 minutes on the hour. Okay, they have been talking about the plane crash. Most recent hour, they had talked about a picture taken from Carl's office. Promised an interview online with a psychologist. During the interview, it revealed there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. This means it was likely someone close to the family, aware of the photo's history, wanted to save it. Psychologist, however, also goes on to post the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family had come forward to say they have it. Comment below says, don't believe their lies. This is another instance of the Roottree curse being a real true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it. Okay. So they're getting a little freaky. Let's get this other picture of Carl in because this is definitely Carl. That's the same guy. That's the same damn guy. I'm confident. It also means that Jim is probably one of these two. Jim always had a mustache. This is Clark Rafferty. We do know him as well. So let's make sure we lock in Clark. That's a little bit upsetting because that means that we do not have 3 full people. I mean, we know we don't have 3 full people correct at this point. So, okay. So we got people claiming that Carl was murdered, which is fair, okay? I have no way of saying yes or no to that at this stage of the game. Aunt Gwendoline. We gotta figure out what she does here. I wish that I could search my notes for Aunt Gwendoline. So that's Gwendoline Roottree. Is not a 5-piece. We know that there's an architect in the 5 pieces. So that could be... I mean, this is probably stupid, but let's pretend that Elias is an architect for right now. That's Elias Jr. Yeah. And then we still have a lot in here with this. So granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth. Mother's family were the Cosells. We don't really care. Father was Pop. Clance Trust. We have him as a lawyer. That makes sense. Aunt is Margot Light Roottree. So aunt implies that would be father or mother's sibling. And if it's a Roottree, then that means that one of our 2 remaining Roottrees is... Well, one of the remaining 5 pieces is Margot Light. We have no idea the Margot Light name, where that goes down. So either the oldest is Margot Light. Let's do a quick search just on Margot Light. Yeah, we got nothing. That is her name, right? I didn't put this down. Okay, so Margot. How about just Margot Roottree? Still nothing. Okay. It's fine. We could do... I feel like that this is always a decent play, just to search names in here. but not much that we can go off of there. Come back to Lauren. I know we copied a lot into here. 3 younger brothers, one's Clancy. She was the first Roottree woman to be anything other than a housewife. So we do know the oldest daughter, the oldest 5-piece was a housewife, because we know that this is a woman. They're married to James Morden, who we've locked in. Maybe we can search the Morden name. Nothing in there. Let's search in here. So James Morden. Yeah, still nothing. And I think that's fair. I think that realistically he's probably a nobody in this exchange. If Zachariah's the second president, then realistically this is the next yeah, I mean, this is a really important... This is an insanely important photo, man. Because this has Gwendoline in it. I have a feeling that Gwendoline is probably Lauren's sister. So one of these two. Although didn't it say she has 3 brothers? Oh, hold on. 3 younger brothers. Okay. One is Clancy. But then that implies... Is there a chance that friggin' Elias M is her brother, man? Oh my god, he looks a lot like Clancy. I feel like that we have knowledge, but I'm missing the knowledge, and that's tough. We know that Zach ends up getting the company. Gwen's in Paris. Angie summoned all the next gens. So we got the 5-pieces, we got the next gens, and we do know about that. EC and John. So EC is there an Elias C? Yeah, so EC. That's probably, if I had to bet, Elias Clancy. Which would make sense, because, well, you're Clancy Jr., so then naming one of them Elias and then Clancy as the middle name, it continues on the tradition of the name. We can start searching some of these people, but I'm not... Elias C. Roottree. How about... Elias Roottree is just going to be the founder, yeah. How about Elias Clancy Roottree? I'm not expecting much there. Clancy Roottree doesn't even bring up the damn dad, man. So, Elias appears in here often, invented 5-pieces, strong focus on family. How about Elias C? Elias Clancy? Elias Clancy Roottree? How about just Clancy in these? Yeah, I'm struggling here. Okay. So that's fine. Samantha. Gwyneth has the green... Okay, hold on. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. Ernie and the kids. This is all about Samantha. Samantha's married to Ernest Madsen, which is Ernie. Ernie Jr. is one of the 2 kids. We don't know which. To be honest with you, I'm gonna do some stupid things here, okay? I hope you'll let me do this. You won't. Okay, that's fine. One of the 2 kids is Ernest Jr. We'll put that in just so we know it. Been a long time since anyone was as excited as Ernie Jr. And Ernie Jr., we know, ends up being the 4th president after Guy Hudson, who we really don't know how he fits on this track. We haven't seen the Hudson line come in. They might not be on the track, is the reality. Family tree photo. We have a Gwendoline Morden. So coming off of the Morden line, Gwendoline is one of the... And the Madsen line is here. So there's a Gwendoline Morden and a Gwendoline Madsen. Because that's not confusing in the slightest. Frick, brother. This is now... We were cooking last time, and now I'm anti-cooking. I feel like we need to take a re-look through some of this, just skim through a little. Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. We definitely know all about that. Eli Jr. is one of the 5Pieces. This is Jacob Rafferty. We know about you. You guys gave birth to Clark Rafferty. We definitely know about you. We need more on Lauren's siblings. And I have to imagine that her damn book has some of this. So this is about Sam. Sam might have been the sister figure Gwyn never was. Gwyn is her cousin. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. This is not Gwyn. This is Gwyn. Jet black hair and green eyes. Or this is Samantha. Okay, that's good. And she was a farmer, really. Kind of. I don't know. She kind of is. She helped on the farm, at bare minimum. Okay. That's good. I never met EC in person. EC. So that's Elias C. Roottree. Farm operation would pass to Samantha Roottree for as long as she was willing. Not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her. She has no problem with us next gens. We at least have her, like, kind of right, Samantha. I lost Jacob, Gwyn divorced Wild Bill, who we don't have in there. Eli C stepped up and helped. More than I can say for Clancy or Edward. Okay. I think that this implies that Edward and Eli C practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers. So let's take a look at the tree, because we don't know who has Jim. So it makes sense that this would be Eli C. Because if he raised Carl and Jim as brothers, then you would be Eli C, and then this would be Edward Roottree. And then that would be the three younger brothers. Now we do know that Eli C is in here, right? No, Eli M is in here. So this is Eli Morden or Madsen, but not Eli Roottree. Freaking hell, man. These people with their Elis, they're driving me crazy. They're driving me crazy. And that makes sense because one of these guys is Eli, because they're the same age as him in this photo. So one of you is Eli. I wish I could draw on this, man, so I could mark who each one of them is. We also have no clue who the frick Bonnie is. Or Caroline. Honestly, I don't know who any of you are. Gwyneth M, Gwendoline. We know Miracle Jr. We know Jim. But I haven't taken a picture of Jim, to be honest with you. I think that that's Jim in the back. He's wearing the same stupid shirt that he wears in all of these. So Jim, this is also you. I think that we'll be able to lock that in. I do think that that's your photo. I feel like we're just missing like one person. Or like one something. So Eli C and Edward are not in that photo, which makes sense because that isn't this generation. We need this generation. So Eli is him. It's not you, brother. It's you. I think it's you. I think that Eli M, Eli M we do know because that's freaking the guy with the, yeah. And you're definitely, come on, you're Miracle's kid for sure. You look just like him. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes this Eli, who is a spitting image of Clancy. This is starting to make more sense, says the guy who is completely scrambled, man. I feel like I don't know enough about Eli is the problem. So this is Samantha, we know that. This would probably make you Edward? I don't know, to be honest with you. Miracle Jr. and then smaller Miracle Jr. No, that's Miracle and Miracle Jr. Well, but hold on. Boy, he's like really young there. And we have no idea who the hell that is in the back. Does it say anything about that person in the back? Everyone else just piled in. So, I mean, we have no idea who you are. We have no idea who you are in the back. That's tough because I kind of need to know that. Now, you guys, those are the final 2 5 pieces. Let's take a look at this. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it. This is still Lauren. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. Okay, so that helps because that means that Miracle's kids are always going to be a little younger than the rest of the next gens. They posed us in front of a camera with Mr. Morden. So that's you. You're Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendoline. Could be you. Don't know. Mr. Morden with Aunt Gwendoline. Mr. Morden with Aunt Gwendoline. You are Gwendoline. Well, you're Gwendoline Roottree. Married. Family trees use surnames from birth. Yeah. So you're definitely Gwendoline and implies you. Okay. Frickin' hell, man. Frickin' hell. Okay. That's tough. That's tough. We have Eli Jr. That's exciting. We have Samantha and we have Gwendoline. We've locked some additional stuff as well. I gotta look at some of that. There's something going on over here. Let's answer the phone and then we'll figure out the rest.
You may have heard the news.
Hello.
Some of Carl's things have gone missing.
By the way, she definitely is one of the siblings. I don't know who she is. She's on the tree.
But I did borrow it.
Okay.
I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottrees.
Yep. Who are you?
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big. The family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more. In person.
15?
I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
Okay. That's a lot. Somebody else is showing up at the next 3. That I can guarantee. Did we get another piece of evidence? No, it's just the phone ringing. Okay, I gotta look at our chart here. So this did not. You're not Carl, huh? Wow, I'm shocked to be honest with you. So who the hell are you? And who else did we not get locked in an alternate? That's correct, which is good. Samantha's locked, Eli's locked, Gwendoline's locked. This is huge because I really felt like we needed to figure out Gwendoline. And that leaves where there's only one 5-piece that we don't know, and that's Gwen's mom. Because we know you're also a woman, I think. That also then confirms that this is the other 5-piece, but I don't know your name. And to be honest with you, you look like Gwen. Hey, I mean, you have her hair. Maybe you don't look that much like her. So Clancy Jr. Did we straight up not have... Oh, okay, hold on. You're Clancy Jr., man. You look so much like Carl. You're Clancy Jr. I'm just silly. I'm silly. That's the wrong generation in that photo, man. Because this is the next gens. Although, I don't know, to be honest with you. Yeah. I do know. I think you're Clancy. You're Clancy. We did lock in... Oh, we didn't lock you in. Frick. You look so much like your dad, though. I mean, you look so much like him. And she said that he looked like him. So it has to be. We have no idea who Edward is, though. Okay, so we gotta dig more, man. We also got no clue who your ass is in the back, but that's fine. Is there any evidence that we should be looking at that we haven't? Obviously, you still have this, Mr. Morden, Gwendoline. She looks so depressed, man. I can take pictures of that guy in the back. He's gonna be like the serial killer that killed Carl at the end of this. I think that it's a little peculiar, but that's fine. We still don't know who the hell you guys are, which is fair. So Debbie is Ernie Jr.'s spouse, but we don't know who you are, to be honest. So let's not bother. This is Caroline. So Caroline Roottree. God, we did know a little bit about you, didn't we? Don't I have a whole damn section on you? No, I don't. The politics. CM Caroline Morden. Okay. Yeah. So Caroline Morden is same age as Carl, which means that she's in the Morden path, which is all of this over here. The issue is that could be any of these four, man. So that gets a little sketchy. Because we know that... What do we know about Caroline? This is not Caroline. Caroline is the political. So Stephanie Jones. So Caroline marries somebody Jones and has... So Stephanie is one of these down here. And if she gets married to a Jones, probably Brian Jones, I think this is Stephanie. So Stephanie, oh god. She was Landon, right? How the hell does Landon come into play? Well, that means that you have to be a Landon, Mark Landon. And then that makes you Caroline. This is maybe some psychotic conclusions we're getting to. And you were an author, right? I gotta reanalyze the... No, you're a... Yeah, I mean, she's an author. And her upcoming book, Self-Portrait, she's an author. So you marry Mark Landon. You give birth to Stephanie Landon, which is you in the... This may be I'm going to, like, extreme logical conclusions. May have grown up in an unconventional family. That's where I think these two split up, and then they adopt Stephanie because something happens here. I don't fully understand it. You're a politician, married to Brian Jones. You're Brian Jones. For some reason, that looks good to me. I think that it's potentially insane that we just decided to make that conclusion. But these two being married is the only thing that makes sense, and there's no other lane that works for you to be a Morden without being down this line. So I think it has to be you. So that's one that I'm confident of. I still think these two are a problem, and I'm simply ignoring them for right now. Clark is ready to go. The problem is that you're not necessarily a musician all the time, okay? You just happen to do music at some point, but that was not always your job. And I think that that's our issue with locking you, is you would have gotten locked, but you're not always doing music. So I think we got to unpack that a little more and see what else is there. I kind of want to run through this one more time. So, Gwyn, only child. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't fall on deaf ears. Aunt Margot. Her and Aunt Margot. That's the final... Yeah, we knew this. So you are Margot. You're the final damn 5-piece. And you are a housewife. You have to be. Now, interestingly, Gwyn took the Roottree name, but I seem to remember that Gwyn, we knew other stuff. This is not useful, Tyler. You are not making your life easier. Let's search Gwyn again real quick. Can we get her married name? Shouldn't have taken the name Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name. Okay. Yeah, so we don't really know who your daddy is, and I'm not sure we care. All we know is that Margolite Roottree, that looks good to me, which then means that these look good to me. But if those were right, we would have just locked 3 of them, man. So something is wrong here. Which is a shame. Because I felt really good about that. Let's try to look up a little more on Clark Rafferty again. Few fan sites seem to mention he used to make music with Clark Rafferty. Mention an album These Times. We went down to These Times. Jim's cousin, Diamond's sister. We know that, right? You were married to Jane LaRoe at one point. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely you, because we locked in that that's Jim. So that's definitely Clark Rafferty. It's just that he's not a musician anymore. And I don't remember where we learned that you're not a musician anymore. But you were at some point. Keep looking, okay? Wait a minute. Gwyn off living the glamorous life. I'm stuck here with Clark. Who the hell is Clark, brother? That mean, wait a minute. Something happens here, too, that we haven't quite figured out. Well, I'm stuck here with Clark. Clark is her son. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I got messed up. Clark is her son, Clark Rafferty. She bitches about Clark in here at some point. Yeah, here we go. Getting married, in my opinion, far too young. Danielle's not much older. He's a free spirit, aspire to be musicians and artists. Carl got sent to the academy. Yeah. I mean, Clark is not really doing anything. He's a free spirit. He's living a good life, right? That's about all we know. Butler County Times. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to glean from this, but Diaries of a Roottree, Schoolbound Publishing. Zach's not a bad president. We know nothing about Zach. Clark ends up on the streets. Was there anything in the remake, revisiting the diary? Clark's gotten married again. Companion piece to the entry about her son. Okay, wait a minute. There's a lot here, actually. Reading this back, I get deja vu. Clark's gotten married again. No one has ever remarried. I lost Jacob. Gwyn divorced Wild Bill. Neither of us took a second husband. The way it's moving. Clark's lack of a real father. I did what I could. Lord knows Eli Clancy Roottree stepped up and helped. More than I can say for Clancy or Edward. So the brothers stepped up to help. Eli basically raised Clark and Jim as brothers. Eli's marriage seems fine. Jim's marriage seems rock solid. He's marrying Jane to keep her from running out on the band. Without her, he'd be a dude. I think that Clark's still a musician. That's not helping me a lot. Yeah, and then this is the Eli hell. So Uncle Jr. is Elias Jr. Miracles Eli is Eli M. No, Eli. Yeah, Eli M. That's you. We have no idea what you do. It'd be good if we could lock you. But we know nothing about you. This music goes crazy, man. Gwendoline got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline, who was Elias's mother. Wait a minute. Of Gwyneth and... Do I have Caroline wrong? Is she not... Do I have you in the wrong spot? I thought that because you're the one that reaches out to Carl. I'll take a picture of you. You're Gwyn. Yeah, we know you. We haven't locked in your photo though. Hold on. Probably should have done that like 100 years ago. So Gwyn is you. But then we don't know where's the political ad. So Stephanie Jones. Unconventional family. CM is Caroline Morden. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye. Talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie. She could use the publicity your daughters bring. We have no idea whether this is her daughter, though. I guess I just made the assumption. But we don't know that for a fact. We also still have no clue who you are. Gwyn and the boys. It's great. Doesn't really help a lot, okay? Gwyn and the boys. I mean, theoretically, those are her sons. This is a absolute mess over here. I don't even know what this means. We know who Gwyn broke up with. It's Wild Bill. So this is... We've tried to search for Bill before. William... Robert. It's not Robert Roottree. What? I'm Google searching real quick. Names that nickname to Bill. What names can have the nickname of Bill? William Basil. If his name's Basil, I'm gonna lose my mind. Vasilis. I mean, it's all William and that's it, man. I'm not, yeah, I mean, it's William. There's nothing else. So that's fine. You're not important. You're a fake person anyway. I do really feel like we could get one more and it would lock a couple. But I can't quite place one. Ernie, I had to say strong for Nicole's sake. So Nicole has to be their youngest kid. The problem is we don't know whether... Okay, I'm gonna make some educated guesses here. Ernest Jr. would be the firstborn. Because we know that the firstborn always took the junior name. That makes you Nicole Madsen. That makes sense. That makes you the young girl in the photo, which I think I took a picture of. Yeah, that's you. Maybe. I mean, we're gonna try. And then you're a student, probably K through 12. That did not lock you, which is a problem. We don't know Debbie. Hold on, wait a minute. Debbie is you. This is Deborah. Deborah Bean. Which makes you Ernie. Ernest Madsen Jr. You're the 4th president of the company. You're Nicole Madsen, which is you. Because we have a photo of Debbie, so we know it has to be her. So you're a student? Lock me. Thank you. Thank you. That makes sense. That makes sense. I just had it on the wrong side, but the photo of Debbie is what brings you there. So Margalite, Nicole, and Stephanie Landon, but not freaking Caroline? How was I right and still wrong at the same time? That's impressive. So your mother is not Caroline. Okay, that's a mess. That's a mess. We gotta remove you because you're not Caroline Morden. Please be anybody else. One of you becomes a Landon. Frickin' Clark, brother. Frickin' Clark. What is your job, man? You're jobless is really what you are. You're in nothing. You're a baby is what you are. You're a media mogul. You're a I don't know, you're probably like a friggin' travel agent, man. You're gonna be the last person I lock because I have no idea who you are. We got Margaret. So all the 5 pieces are now completed. All things considered, I'm pleased, okay? I'm pleased. I feel like that the next route we have to go is gonna require, like, hella digging, okay? We gotta go deep in. Because I think that all of the information that we can glean from these existing evidence, we have. I just gotta start kind of cold searching people and see what comes up, which is a nightmare for sure. I'm actually curious. So looking at show everything. The campaign mailer, this has 7 things that I should know in here. That's just is crazy. And Caroline Morden. I mean, there's a chance that this is Caroline Morden then. I actually think that that's fairly logical because she would still have a vested interest in Stephanie, since that's her niece, right? I think that that's logical. We'll put it in, right? I think that seeing how much evidence are in these 7 things I can glean from this photo, huh? That seems insane to me. Have we searched Atlantis's burden in the... Let's do a quick Atlantis's burden, nothing. Periodicals, Atlantis's burden. Isn't much about Caroline as a person. Image of her, beauty of women, societal split, picture of the front page. Doesn't really help me. Is there anything else about Caroline Morden? Not really. How about in here? How about did we search her book? Oh, the movement called P Flag. P Flag? Parents and friends of lesbians and gays. Okay. Okay. Hold on. You have a sister. You are a Morden. And there's only one left. So you are Gwendoline Morden. We do have your photo somewhere, for the record. You're gay. You married Mark, you had a kid. You guys split up, you married a woman, and then the woman adopted. It has to be. And then this makes sense. Kind of, I guess. I want to search this book real quick and just see if there's a little bit more info on that book. So this is Public Library, book title, Caroline Morden. Search me. Centerpiece is a series of full-color nude self-portraits. They certainly have not been added to your evidence. You're welcome. Her sister, Gwendoline. Thank you. Okay. That helps. So Gwendoline, we've now also kind of locked in. She dislikes her brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson. Okay. These are good. Her father, Zach. Yeah. That all fits. That all fits. We got this figured out, man. It was her niece, and that's the piece that I was missing. Comes out strongly against the Roottree Company's effect. Also explains that her marriage to Mark led to the most volatile moments of her life. The only good thing was getting a daughter. We don't know who your daughter is. We know that you're Mark. Excuse me? You're not a Mark. Okay. Sure. Marriage to Mark. I guess you probably remarried because Mark you hated. That seems logical to me. So her brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson. Brother-in-law we would never know. You also ended up having 3 kids, Caroline. One from... Hold on. No. It's Mark, brother. We had this right. We had this right. This is Gwendoline. We have no idea what job Gwendoline does. You're definitely Caroline. And that's definitely you, and you're definitely an author. And then you are gay, which is why, I don't know, maybe you're gay. You at least love the gays, and we love that for you. I don't know why that wouldn't lock her, is why I'm concerned. Like, I feel like we have some... You were set up before like this. Unless you're no longer an author. I mean, it is her art, right? She's more of an artist than an author. Just because she wrote a book does not... She's an artist. She's an artist that just so happened to write a book about her art. And that seems fair to me. Okay. And then that makes sense that you would be calling out to Stephanie. To Carl about Stephanie. Okay, I feel good about that. We do need... We have some details. Like, we have some people that are really close, right? Like, Gwendoline Morden, we know that this photo Caroline is in and Gwendoline is in. This is probably Caroline. With the friggin' beret. She's an artist. It's extremely... It's a little silly for me to think that, but... Are you holding her hand? Who's the child? The child has to be... It's probably Gwyneth? That's Eli. We have no clue who you are in the back. We know that's Carl. wearing a hell of a shirt. I respect it. And we know that that's Jim. I think that Jim's the best person in this game, by the way. I respect Jim. Which one of you is Gwendolyn? Who looks like her sister? That looks like her sister. This is some insane stuff here. We're just guessing at that point, but they do look alike. They do look alike. And then Caroline would be. Oh, once I verify her, I can get more photos. It's psychotic. I think I'm gonna end there. It's another good day, to be honest with you. The 5 pieces are completed, and we're starting to unpack the next gen as well. As we get into some of these lower level people, man, I feel like that there is a whole the Mordens, like this is, we actually don't know anything about this lane because we don't know who Angelica marries. This is a really important lane to figure out because that's where we're going to get another family name, and maybe that's where the Hudsons come in. Are you... Yeah, Bonnie. You're Christopher Hudson. You give birth to Guy Hudson, and then Guy Hudson is one of the presidents, and we get that going, and that's where the Hudsons come into play. I think that seems accurate. This is still a mess, and I have no idea what to do with it. In fact, I don't even understand what it means, but that's all I got. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, as always, liking the video, much appreciated. These are the only 4 episodes I'm backlogging of this, so I'm now going to leave for a week and a half, and I'm going to come back and forget freaking everything, and I'm gonna have to read all your guys' comments to understand where I'm sitting and where I'm coming from. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye bye.